Hello, Mary here. So are you guys ready for another fun program? So today we are going to read about some folklore about wetlands, so some spooky stories. And I found some really interesting ones on a website from the Wisconsin Wetlands Association. So they kind of put together a list of scary creatures that throughout history have been associated with wetlands. So I'm going to turn the camera around, we're going to watch the wetlands, and I will read you guys some of the spookiness about wetlands. Alright, so the first one we are going to read about, so this one is called Jenny Greenteeth. So it says, British folklore warns that passing by a marsh on a misty evening means risking an encounter with Jenny Greenteeth, a sharp-toothed crone who pulls unwary wanderers into the depths and devours them. Even today, in parts of England, Jenny Greenteeth is another name for the duckweeds, aquatic plants whose tiny leaves form a continuous mat over the water surface and may appear as solid ground to the eyes of the very old or the very young. So here you can see a picture of what Jenny Greenteeth is supposed to look like. Kind of creepy, isn't it? Alright, let's see what else we have here. Some other ones are pretty interesting. So, I'm not super sure how you say this name, but maybe we'll say Naki. So we'll go back to looking at the wetlands. So it says, Finnish children must be aware of the Naki, a shape-shifting water spirit that grabs at little ones who lean a little too far over the dock or the edge of a pond while gazing at their own reflection. That'd be kind of scary, wouldn't it? Check her out. Let's see. Oh, and the next one, it looks like a Rusiliki. So that one, it says, Rusiliki are ghosts of drowned Russian maidens who entice bachelors with their singing and dancing and then drown them or tickle them to death. Ooh, tickling to death would be a different way to go, wouldn't it? Okay, so here's another one, and check this one out. He kind of looks like a frog man. So this one says, I'm gonna butcher these names. Let's see. This one says it is called Vodnyanya. Vodnyanya of Slavic Europe resembles a tiny old man with algae-covered hair and beards, and some accounts give them frog-like features. When not loafing on sunken logs and smoking their pipes, they drown human invaders of their watery territories, and they keep their souls in porcelain cups. But fishermen who place a pinch of tobacco in the water and call out, "Here's your tobacco, Lord Baldinier," may find themselves rewarded with a large catch. Alright, let's see what else we have here. So it looks like there are 9 on this list. So the next one is a Kelpie. So Kelpie, this one almost looks like a horse. Maybe? Yeah. Alright, so this one says some descriptions of the Kelpie, the Celtic water horse who carries its hapless riders beneath the water to their doom. They give it a mane of dripping bulrushes. And another one, this one is called the Kappa. So the Kappa of Japan is usually depicted as a humanoid turtle with a carapace and webbed feet, though some insist it's based on the endangered Japanese giant salamander. The Kappa is a mischievous trickster whose behavior runs the gamut from loud farting to kidnapping and drowning and eating people. The only thing Kappas enjoy more than tasty children is cucumbers. So some Japanese parents would inscribe their child's name on a cucumber and throw it in a pond or a stream as an offering to ensure safe swimming. So the next one we're going to read about is called the Bunyip. So it says, in the swamps and billabongs of Australia lurks the Bunyip, a beast of Aboriginal mythology that acts as a kind of wetland guardian. An ancient tale tells of 2 brothers who turned into black swans and their village flooded after they captured a Bunyip calf. Descriptions led scientists to believe that the legend may stem from encounters Aboriginal encounters with the bones of large extinct wetland marsupials, or perhaps the carcass of an elephant seal that wandered far inland and died on a riverbank. Alright, so the last one we have is called Titty Mun. So this one, it says, at least one tale traces directly to wetland management gone awry. Stories of the Titty Mun, a little old marsh man with a shrill laughter like the puwit call of the northern lapwing, a wetland shorebird, date to the 1650s and flood control efforts in the coastal fens of Lincolnshire, England. When they drained the peatlands, my paper's gone. When the drained peatlands dried and shrank, land levels dropped and flooding worsened. Enraged at the disturbance to his home, the Titty Mun issued a curse of pestilence on the villages involved. He was not completely without pity, however. When the flooding threatened, townsfolk would chant his name until they heard the puwit call, and then the waters would miraculously recede. Alright, so after some wetland creature stories, we are going to take a look at this cool book called Scary Stories by Jim Whiting, and it has some really good ones in it. So they're kind of short. So we are going to read about the mysterious tomb. So it says the Chase family tomb in Barbados had been sealed for years. In 1812, workers opened the tomb, and inside they found coffins thrown everywhere, but they saw no footprints in the sand around the coffins. Stories say the coffins were moved again and again, and no one knows who or what was moving them. The family stopped using the tomb, and today it sits empty. It's kind of a good story. Alright, so the last creepy story we're going to read about is called The Headless Pirate. Alright, so Blackbeard was one of the most feared pirates. In 1718, English soldiers fought this terrible pirate. They slashed off his head, they hung it from the ship for all to see. And stories say Blackbeard's headless body still floats off North Carolina's coast. Sometimes the body rises out of the water to search for its head. Alright, what do you think? Are any of these stories true? Blackbeard. And if you come check this book out, it will have some answers in it, and it will tell you some more scary stories. Alright, until next time.